Welcome to the lake at Eldorado Park in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. Look at that calm, refreshing water in the middle of the Sonoran Desert. So peaceful, so refreshing. But what lies beneath the surface? What long-lost mystery lurks beneath the waves? Is there more than meets the eye to this particular pond? In 1970, Scottsdale's political and administrative leaders decided to develop a water feature here as part of a plan to create the nation's first urban campground facility, a place where city dwellers could camp out and enjoy the desert as well as a well-stocked fishing and swimming lake. Any survivor of an Arizona summer can appreciate the value of such an amenity. And so, a large depression was excavated in the spring of 1970. In a stroke of good luck, the creation of the lake began ahead of schedule when excess irrigation canal water was supplied by the Salt River Project. Local children, no respecters of public works departments or their dedication schedules, began to wade and swim in the lake as soon as the water began to flow, despite warnings from city officials that the water was unsafe and unsanitary. On April 16th of 1970, the unsettling truth about the unsafe nature of the lake emerged. Scottsdale residents were shocked to learn that Mayor Bud Tibbs was considering the exercise of his emergency powers under the city charter to bar public access to the lake because of reports regarding a 20-inch, quote, denizen of the deep, said to be terrorizing small ducks.
As cited in the newspaper article, strange occurrences were happening in this lake. Mayor Bud Tibbs was so concerned for the safety of the citizens, and especially the children in this community, that he took action.
The city council, in support of the mayor, expressed concern that the creature might become a real menace. Said the vice mayor, "I would hate for Scottsdale to have a reputation of being a city that allows children to be gobbled up by a fish in one of the lakes in a city park." 2 days later, April 18th, local insurance executives from Kaywood and Soderquist Insurance indicated their intention to contact Lloyd's of London in order to arrange for a $1 million insurance policy against what was now reported to be the, quote, 22-inch battle-scarred bass inhabiting the lake. Notwithstanding the growing concern within the community, Scottsdale civic and political leadership bravely proceeded with a formal dedication of the lake on April 23rd. 4 days later, a, quote, terrified Scottsdale youth reported that a 30-inch bull bass had attacked his dog, attempting unsuccessfully to pull the unfortunate canine into the depths of Eldorado Lake. Later that same day, Scottsdale officials received advice from Scottish officials based on their experience with the Loch Ness monster. The advice? Keep youngsters under 6 years of age from the water's edge, particularly during fog and heavy rain. On April 30th, the mayor ordered the lake closed after it was reported that a youngster hooked the beast and was subsequently dragged partly into the water, saved only when his fishing rod broke under the weight of the now 23-inch monster fish. Apparently the creature, having been denied human fodder, had begun to shrink. Later that same day, a $1 donation campaign was begun to stop the fish, whose monstrous existence was theorized to be the possible result of Russian or communist experimentation with hormone warfare. On May 1st, a breakthrough occurred. The first photo of the monster appeared courtesy of Scottsdale resident Enoch Walkingstick, who claimed that he saw the huge fish enjoying a cigar after devouring a hapless swimming duck. A police volunteer diver donned scuba equipment, entered the lake, but beat a prompt retreat when confronted by the 24-inch creature. Concerned with the report that the beast was again growing, the mayor ordered that every effort be made to, quote, catch the monster. Sometime between May 1st and May 3rd, the city administration and local Kiwanians desperate to stem a growing threat to local tourism, turned to their last line of defense, sponsoring a fishing derby for local children to capture the rampaging beast, now reported by the mayor to be 33 inches long. Clearly, the Russian hormone plot was succeeding. On May 3rd, noted Loch Ness monster authority Sir Angus McFergus arrived in Scottsdale. He suggested providing the now 35-inch monster with a cow to eat, acknowledging that throwing a Black Angus in the lake was not a good idea in the West's most western town. Sir Angus retreated from his advice and suggested perhaps a dog or a cat might make a suitable lake warming gift. Later the same day, local resident Julie Tinker reported that her little sister had been pulled into the lake by the now 40-inch monster. The younger Tinker avoided a horrible end when she stubbornly held onto a stump on the lakeshore. And so, on Saturday, May 4th, the confrontation of man and beast, well, kid and beast, took place. 150 youngsters armed with rods, reels, worms, minnows, spinners, cheese, salmon eggs, and the eternally optimistic courage of Callow youth came to hunt the stogie-chomping subsurface menace. Bluegills, bass, and frogs were taken that day, but the largest trophy appears to have been a 6-inch bass. Doubtless, larger fish had become victims of the monster. Perhaps the fishing derby was an effective countermeasure. The monster has not been seen since. Some believe that it entered the irrigation laterals in Scottsdale and made its way to Buckeye. Others believe that it burrowed into the mud of this lake and has estivated for decades, awaiting the proper time to reappear. Perhaps Bill Murphy can provide some insights into this unsolved mystery.
Fact of the matter was, this was a fish story. It was created by the mayor's office and members of the Parks and Recreation Department, as well as the Scottsdale Progress. It was to help promote the Scottsdale's Derby, fishing derby, which would be held here at Eldorado Park. There really never was a killer fish that we know of.
Scottsdale residents with information regarding the beast should contact the Channel 11 staff at this number. No one seems to want to discuss this mysterious and unresolved case, which remains lurking, ever lurking, darkly in the depths of Eldorado.